Hey everybody, I'm hoping everyone is having a wonderful day. It is Thursday. It is beautiful. It's sunny outside. I have a studio light on me right now that's a little bit bright. I probably should dim that a little bit, but I wanted to jump on today to talk about essential oils again and purity and a process by which essential oils are produced. One of the ways that essential oils are produced are by using something called hexane, Hexane, hexane. Lemos crystals, lemoscrystals.com, Lemos. There's my little plug for our webpage that we're still designing. Does not use any essential oils that are produced using hexane. And we got good old Chat GPT to help us out with explaining things. So I'm just going to read what Chat GPT and Google and all the other good little companies that made me think about this as topics as we do videos here on YouTube and start doing more and more. Give us topics and things to discuss and things that you should really know, especially if you're into essential oils. And Lemos Crystals is one of our biggest product lines. It are essential oils, quality, pure, therapeutic grade, organic, and wildcrafted, pure essential oils. So they're all tested for purity. They're all very pure. I can't stress that enough, but you'll hear that on many videos. I'm sure that I do. But anyway, so hexane is a chemical compound that belongs to a group of hydrocarbons known as alkanes, not alkalines, alkanes, Alkanes, unless they misspelled that. But I think that's correct. Its chemical formula is C6H14, whatever. Okay. We're not going to get into. I'm not a chemist. We're not going to get into all that stuff. We're just going to explain it in English and in terms that we all can understand. So, meaning that it contains 6 carbon atoms and 14 hydrogen atoms. Okay. The key facts about hexane, and this is important. The type is it's an organic solvent. It's an alkane. Again, they didn't spell alkaline, so that must not be a misspelling. I don't know what the word alkane means. I guess I'll have to look that up myself. The appearance is a colorless liquid. The boiling point is from 68 to 70 degrees Celsius or 154 to 158 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the boiling point of hexane. The solubility is insoluble in water, highly soluble in alcohol and ether. So hexane is insoluble in water. In other words, it won't evaporate. It won't dissolve basically in water, but it will in alcohol and ether. Hexane is widely used as a solvent and extraction agent across several industries due to its low cost, effectiveness, and volatility. Here are some of its most common uses. And I'm pointing out the first one on purpose just to prove a point, because we'll talk about the essentials in a second. But the first one is the industrial applications that hexane has. And that is, it's used for, and I can read everything. I'm going to make this short and brief. And, they say that the average human has an attention span of 10 minutes. After that, you've lost them. So, and we're at 3 minutes already. So, industrial applications, adhesives and glues, okay? It's used as a solvent in products like rubber, cement, contact adhesive, and shoe glue. Paints and coatings. Helps dissolves resins and thins paints or varnishes. Okay? That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. Especially if you think that something's being produced with hexane that you could be using topically or however else that you might want to use pure plant extracts that are good for you, in my opinion anyway. Hexane is used as in a variety of industrial and commercial applications, primarily due to its effectiveness as a non-polar solvent. Here are its main uses. Okay, so now we're going to talk about essential oils and how it's used in essential oils. In oil extraction for essential oils, most common use It's used to extract vegetable oils from seeds such as soybeans, canola, sunflower, and corn. It's preferred, this is the second bullet point, it's preferred because it's cheap, it's efficient, and it evaporates easily, leaving behind the oil. That's great. If that would be great if, and again, I'm stating this as my opinion, if it weren't a toxin. But it is, because I'm going to go on about that. So I asked ChatGPT, I researched Google, I've read about this before as I was a representative for two of the biggest essential oil companies in the United States of America, in the world, actually. Both of them are both. One claims that they're bigger than the other, so only God knows. The misinformation from those two companies is ridiculously insane. Anyway, I asked ChatGPT, which I pay for every month because I like ChatGPT to create images and all these other things. So when I asked if it was toxic, it says yes. This is the answer I got. Yes, hexane is toxic, particularly with prolonged or repeated exposure, especially if it's in the inhaled form. Here's a breakdown of its toxicity. So, health risks of hexane are short-term exposure, just short-term. Inhalations, vapors can cause dizziness, headache, nausea, eye and throat irritation, drowsiness, or fatigue. Those are the short-term. High concentrations can act as a narcotic, affecting the central nervous system. And I know I'm probably using 1,000 words here that's setting AOF's bells going crazy, but this is an informational video to let people know what hexane is and why Lemos crystals, we do not use anything produced by hexane. And they have to disclose. When you purchase essential oils wholesale, they have to disclose how it's distilled. Steam distillation is very safe. CO2 distillation is very safe, believe it or not. It's the most expensive of all of them, and it makes the price of the oil go way up if you get CO2 extracted in essential oils, but it's very safe. There is cold pressing. So cold pressing, very safe. There's so many safe ways to extract and produce essential oils that there's really no need to use hexane, except for the fact that it acts quickly, that it produces, as it says before, it's preferred because it's cheap, it's efficient, so it doesn't take time for them to steam, distill, or press, and that takes time, and it evaporates easily, leaving behind the oil. So a lot of times in life, people like to take shortcuts. We're not going to take shortcuts with people health, and I am not a health professional. I am in no way promoting, or I always say that, refer to a health professional before anything. And this is just an informational video about hexane. I hope it's okay, YouTube. I hope it's okay for me to be doing this. This is something that I'm passionate about, and I want the people that are patrons to know and to understand and to trust in us and understand what we go through in order to keep them safe in every aspect. So high concentrations, like I said, can act as a narcotic affecting the central nervous system. The long-term use of hexane is neurotoxicity. Neurotoxicity from hexane. Hexane spelled Hexane, if you want to look it up. Very simple. Okay? Its most serious concern, that's the most serious concern using hexane, is neurotoxicity. Okay? So why would you use a product, and I'm not going to go into how or what, but why would you use any product that could potentially cause you to have neurotoxicity? That's scary. So it can cause peripheral neuropathy, numbness, tingling, or weakness in the hands and feet. It's linked to nerve damage in workers exposed over time. example in shoe printing or oil extraction industries. So even though it's used in industrial settings, and I'm not going to sit here and profess that we can, as consumers, we can get away from it altogether, because most likely, by what I understand, we can't. It's like using gasoline to fuel your car. Obviously, the gasoline is not good for you to inhale, and obviously, it's not good for you to drink. But we use it to fuel our cars so that we can drive from here to there. And maybe electricity will take the place and be a lot better option for all of us and for our health. The other concerns that it mentions is liver and kidney damage in very high or prolonged exposures. Liver and kidney damage, which I'm going to say this. I know this is an informational video, but my little girl, my little daughter, my cat, my little soulmate, Snowflake, died of kidney disease. And to this day, I blame myself. And I'm still going through the grieving process. And she just passed on November 17th, 2024. And today is June 11th, I think. June 11th or June 12th. I always forget what day it is. What day is this here? It's not telling me on the phone. Well, wow. Let's see. June 12th. Sorry, guys. June 12th, 2025. Just in case we want to date stamp this video. So the other concerns are liver and kidney damage. So, I do work with essential oils. So I want to make sure I can do anything that I can. And I hope that wasn't the reason for and another thing too, this is a side note too, but this is a very important side note. Be really careful diffusing things around pets and animals, and please always consult with your veterinarian and or your physician and or your pharmacist and or nurse or any medical health professional. Aromatherapists are also certified in these things. Consult with them before using anything, and always ask the person that you purchase your essential oils from. Always ask them. You have the right to ask. Advocate for yourself. You have the right to say, does this use any harmful chemicals? And you don't have to know the name of them. Say, how are these extracted? How was this produced? Was this, you may not even know to ask this, but you could say, was this steam distilled? Was this hexane? Was hexane used in producing this essential oil? Was this cold pressed? Was this carbon CO2? Most likely with us, the little dinky company we are, it's not going to be CO2, because CO2 is I would love to do all of our essential oils as CO2, but CO2 is very expensive. But it's also the purest. And it's not toxic. So CO2 method, we can talk about that in another video, or we can just ask it right now and continue on. I don't care. I'm not live. I keep thinking I'm live, and I'm not live. So the liver and kidney damages and possible reproductive effects. So in animal studies, it's not well confirmed in humans, but in animal studies, they've found that hexane has caused issues with reproduction of right, obviously. Okay, so that's pretty much it about hexane. This is and the reason why I'm kind of doing this video is because it came up in another video and I didn't really get a chance to expound on it and explain it, and I really wanted to, because I wanted people to know. When I said in one of our videos that Lemos Crystals considers hexane a toxin and therefore does not use it. I know another thing too, we have to be very sensitive and very careful what we say on social media, because God knows we don't want to violate anybody's terms of service, and but at the same time, we don't want to walk on eggshells. We're here to educate, we're here to inform, we're here to enlighten, we're here to make people realize and know and understand that they can trust us, that when they purchase a bottle of lavender essential oil off us, they can rest assured that it wasn't produced using hexane. We have 2 essential oil wholesalers. That's it. Out of several that we've worked with, we only have 2, and we have a personal relationship with both. They both send their the purity reports, and I've said this in another video, so it sounds like I'm being redundant, but we know what's in our oils. We know what we're selling. We know what's safe and what isn't, and we know what we want to sell people because we believe, because we know that it's quality and that there's nothing that will hurt anyone. Again, I'm not a medical physician and I'm not giving medical advice. I'm simply saying we sell essential oils. That's it. That's it. I'm just giving a little education as to how some of these essential oils are produced. And some of the big companies will not divulge this information. And they've got to produce a lot because these are billion-dollar companies. So while I'm over here with I'm lucky if we order, I wish I had a bottle, a 16-pound amber jar. I'm lucky if we even order that much for any particular thing, because we do blends too. Like we have one, which is going to be definitely going to be a video. We're going to go through our essential oil singles and then our essential oil blends and everything that's in them. Now, I'm not talking about any toxins or anything like that. I'm talking about like there's lavender in this, there's chamomile in this, there's vanilla in this, there's, you know what I mean? There's all the, you know what I mean? What different oils are in the blends, so people know, because people might be out there like, yeah, I'd like to try something for relaxation, or I'd like to try something for whatever. Again, I'm not giving medical advice, but somebody might be curious, as I was before I became an essential oil fanatic. Might want to know, what is, this is doTERRA. I used to be a doTERRA and a Young Living rep. This is their peppermint. And it's great oil. It's amazing oil. However, as I said before, the big companies, now I'm not saying that particular company, but it is one of the 2 big companies that I'm talking about. The big companies don't always divulge. They don't give you the purity reports on your oils when they deliver them to you. They just deliver them to you. And going back to what I was saying is, we're lucky to buy a 16-ounce, 1-pound amber glass bottle of like lemon oil or some cheap oil like that, let alone something like neroli or rose or jasmine or one of the really, really expensive ones, which we do carry, and we will purchase for you through paid pre-orders. We will. We also, we're doing a new thing too. I know this is kind of off the topic, but I might as well bring it up because I know I'll bring it up in another video too. If any essential oil is $100 or more, it doesn't. We have 100% money back satisfaction guarantee. If an essential oil is $100 or more, we are not going to offer that money back satisfaction guarantee. So most of our oils are not $100 or more. Very few. I think we have like 4 on our list that are over $100. Per like a 5 milliliter bottle, which is smaller than the bottle that I just showed. So that's not going to typically be the case anyway. Our website is lemoscrystals.com. Please make sure you visit it. Thank you for sticking around with me for a whole 18 minutes. Wow. So even if you made 10 minutes of this, hopefully you learned something. And I feel good because I'm teaching something that I think everybody should know. And it's only nine minutes over. Now it's 19 minutes. So it's only 9 minutes over the 10-minute attention span that people have. Okay, yeah, like I can speak. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. We'll continue recording videos on YouTube. We love you. We love you, YouTube. We love you, Facebook. We love you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves and one another and be good to each other. Love you. Bye-bye.